Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this really interesting conversation that we're having with the young representatives from our Young People's Action Team at YuWaah. We'll just be talking to them about their experience so far and how they think that their YPAT engagement will impact and be able to create change within their communities and with Indian youth at large for the next year. So I'd like to invite Ashutosh Verma to share a little bit about himself.
Yeah, first of all, good morning to everyone. Myself Ashutosh Verma, and I am a student coordinator at Central University of Jammu, J&K, UT. And यहाँ पे युवा में एसोसिएट होने का मेन कारण यही था कि मुझे हमारे एनएसएस कोऑर्डिनेटर ने एक फॉर्म फॉरवर्ड किया कि यूनिसेफ युवा ने कुछ वाईपैट करके एक नई चीज लॉन्च की है। तो इसमें यही है कि यंग लीडर्स जो हैं वो साथ मिलके कुछ काम कर सकते हैं फॉर द बेटर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ जो भी यूथ के लिए आजकल प्रोग्राम्स या स्कीम्स या कुछ नई चीजें लॉन्च होती हैं उसके लिए। एंड अगर अभी अपनी एक्सपीरियंस की बात करूं युवा में, इस पूरे एंगेजमेंट की बहुत प्रॉपर डिजाइनिंग हुई है। अलग अलग क्वार्टर्स में हमें अलग अलग चीजें सिखाई जाएंगी और हम अलग अलग चीजें कर सकते हैं उसके बाद। जैसे अभी तक हमारा फर्स्ट क्वार्टर हुआ है तो उसमें हमने काफी कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग सेशंस अटेंड किए हैं जिसमें हमें अलग अलग चीजों के बारे में सिखाया गया है। ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट ऑफ अ लीडर करवाई जा रही है इस प्रोग्राम में अभी तक। एंड मेरा अभी तक का एक्सपीरियंस काफी अच्छा रहा इसके लिए, क्योंकि काफी चीजें होती हैं जो कि प्रोफेशनल चीजें होती हैं जो हम ऐसे रेगुलर डेज में नहीं सीख पाते हैं। तो फर्स्ट क्वार्टर में अभी तक हमने वही सब कुछ सीखा है यहाँ पे युवा में, एंड डेफिनेटली काफी अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है।
Thank you, Ashutosh. I'd invite Fariha to share a little bit about herself.
Hello everyone. My name is Fariha Sidiqi. I'm an Afghan refugee. I am a DAFI UNHCR scholar, and through that only I came to know about YPAT, and that they're selecting a team of 22 young people to engage with the organizations and the government and their decision making, and to have a voice. So far, my journey has been very meaningful and very full of experiences. I get to engage with different people from different communities. I get to talk to them. I am not a very social person basically, so I get to socialize with a lot of different people, on a weekly basis. So yeah, my journey has been really good till now, and we get to learn a lot of new things, especially in our capacity building sessions. By attending these community capacity building sessions, I'm more about myself now and around about my surroundings, and yeah, I wish to continue to learn more.
Thank you, Fariha. Abrar, do you want to share a little bit about yourself too?
Good morning, everyone. I joined the YPAT through Bharat Scouts and Guides. I am the National Youth Committee Chairman at the Bharat Scouts and Guides. So basically, what I do is most of my role would be depending on guiding newbies who join and who want to create change. And then I learned that it's not about one organization, it's about the movement. And that was the right time when I got to know about the YPAT. And I shared my details to YPAT and my ideology of what I and how I want the world to be, how I want our young generation, the upcoming young generation to be in India. And luckily, I got selected at the YPAT. And then I got to meet these fantastic people around the country. We got to share a lot of ideas, and now I have exchanged information. I have also learned information from them. So that had been a great experience.
Great, thank you, Abrar. Richa, do you want to go next?
Hi everyone, my name is Richa. I am the co-founder of a Delhi-based nonprofit called Labhe Foundation. I got to know about YPAT through one of my mentors who recommended that I apply. And I think I'm very grateful for being a part of this incredible community, because I think there are many spaces where young people are really missing. And I think YPAT's name suggests what we're trying to do, the Young People's Action Team. And every community member that we have over here is so engaged in whatever they feel is most important to work with in the society. And that really fuels my own work as an individual and as a leader. I think it's also so important for young people, and it's so powerful for young people to be in spaces that are about them. And this is one of the very, very few spaces that I have been in where we are actually heard. We feel that whatever is happening about us is happening with us. And considering where we come from and the diversity that we bring to the entire team, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Richa. Srishti, you want to go?
Yes. Hi, I'm Srishti, and I advocate for disability rights. So I got nominated by Rising Flame, and I didn't know about that. So I just received a random message from Anandni this day, and introducing about herself and about YPAT, and I got really excited about it because I thought that this is something I'd want to be a part of, and luckily I got selected, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for this opportunity because if I talk about the experience, it's been great. The kind of opportunities that we get, the kind of learnings that we get, it's amazing that it's a space, it's a safe space for everyone. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, you're respected, your ideologies are respected, and it's made sure that whatever suggestions you have, whatever opinions you have, they're being heard, and the team is very receptive of them. They take them in consideration, and they further try to create a space that's inclusive for everyone. And I think uh, that's something that need to be appreciated because not a lot of spaces, not a lot of organizations do that.
So thank you for sharing a little bit about yourselves and how you got associated with YPAT. I can assure you that we are very excited and we love working with such a diverse group of young, passionate individuals. I'm just going to ask you a few questions. So Srishti, I'd like to know how your experience so far has been with YPAT.
It's been amazing, and there's so much to talk about when it comes to me sharing my experience with the YPAD. um One, it's so diverse, the team is so diverse, and I personally got to learn a lot about people from different communities. I've been only working with the disabled community, but um, I got to learn a lot more about various marginalized communities, and the fact that we've been provided with so many opportunities and the kind of exposure that we're subjected to. I think it's great because we don't get that anywhere else. And when you belong to a marginalized community, you don't get those kinds of opportunities even when you're working with certain organizations. But this is a place that has really respected who we are, and I think YuWaah has been like really in line with their values, their goals, and I think that's really great, because I haven't seen something like that in many places. Yeah, I love the fact that the team is so receptive. I love that everyone's so respectful towards each other, and uh, there's no hate, and everyone's just really warm and accepting of your views, your opinions, and everyone's here to like work together.
Thank you for sharing, Srishti. I think one of the best things we did at the beginning of your YuWaah experience was collectively draft community guidelines. And when you talk about respect and being receptive, I think that's just my job as a facilitator is to make sure that we are upholding the guidelines that you have told us, that these are the things that you want in your experience. So I'm glad that we're able to create that space for you. And also like to hear from Fariha if you could share a little bit about your experience here as well.
Yeah, my experience with YuWaah so far has been really good and full of new learnings. All these team meetings, all this engaging with different people of diverse regions, have gives you something to learn each day. So I have learned a lot of things working in the past 1 quarter with the team and with the task forces and with the capacity building sessions. I have worked on myself and on the society around me. I have gained more knowledge about it so far, and I'm looking forward to learn more and raise my voice and learn more and spread more awareness about the cause that I'm here for. I am an Afghan refugee and I want to spread awareness. Stand up for their rights, and make people aware about them, who are they and where they come from, their background, and how they should be treated as a refugee. So yeah, I'm looking forward to learn more and being able to talk about it more.
Thank you for sharing, Fariha. I think you bring a really like valuable perspective and experience to our YPAT group, and I certainly learn every day from you. I'd like to invite Richa to share one highlight so far in her experience with YuWaah.
Thank you so much, Anandmay. Um, I think there are many interesting moments of learning that I have had at YuWaah as a part of YPAT, but I think one of the things that really struck me is a very recent incident. I think as a young person who usually works with government officials or people who are, or be in a room who are with people who are really old, there's always this instinct of mine to compete, to take up space. But that is something I don't have to do at YPAT. And I think an incredible example of that is that one of our other YPAT members, Krunal, he randomly reached out to me one day. He was organizing an event on education. And he had all of these amazing people on the panel, and he called me up and he said, listen, I think you're a great person to be on this panel, your opinion is going to be very valuable. And this was very recent, so we had not spoken, like we're not very good friends, but we worked a lot together at YPAT. And I think the fact that he considered that my opinion would be valuable in a space, that was, I think, truly incredible. I got to share the space with some of the most interesting educationists in India, and really share my view as a young person, which I think was a highlight for sure. And I realized how just the power of collaboration can help us all. And I think that's really important, because as a young person I've always fought for taking up space, and for the first time I was given space by a fellow young person, and I think that really is the spirit of YPAT.
Thank you so much, Richa, for sharing that powerful example. I think it highlights more than anything why it's so essential for young people to be at these decision-making spaces, so that you can bring in the people that you know have the experience and the knowledge to talk about the issues that are important for you. It's like so great to hear that like at YPAT we are doing that immediately. And hopefully we can have the opportunity to expand and invite other youth networks to bring in their perspectives and represent the issues that matter the most to them. Thank you. Abrar, I'd also like to hear a highlight from you if you have anything to share.
As Richa correctly said, that we have a lot of highlights to share about, but the best thing here would be the thing which I have learned and I've observed. It it can be a quality, it can be told as a quality and also a highlight, is like I have been learning from the people about their ideology. It's not like limited to one person's thought anymore. And that is where things the real changes happen. And at YPAT the best thing that happens is, although we have a diary and we keep noting down the session about the session, we also get to note down about the opinions of our YPAT, the young people sharing their opinions and their ideologies. Sometimes the opinion which I give, more than that, far effective ideology would have been given by our very own YPAT member. and that gives us best result as an output. And also you get to learn, okay, a new direction of thinking, okay, this can be done like that as well. And that's the first thing which I observed when I joined YPAT, because again, we are based from different states and from different categories, and we give them proper respect. We do not just randomly speak out or roughly speak out about any specific community. And that was the best thing which I learned. The highlight would definitely, be that one for me.
Great. Thank you, Abrar. I think having space for young people to learn from each other, and also for older people to learn from young people, is really important. And I can tell you, whenever we've had task force, for example, conversations where we've invited YPAT members from this group to share their ideas, all of our partners have been very, very impressed and amazed at the insights that you have. Although I've always been like, yeah, I mean, what do you expect? These people are amazing. But thank you for sharing that. Ashutosh, do you think you have a highlight you want to share?
जैसा कि अबरार ने बताया कि हमारा जो ग्रुप है वो काफी डाइवर्स है, तो इस डाइवर्सिटी का सच में ओवरऑल देखा जाए तो बहुत बड़ा एक एडवांटेज है। डाइवर्सिटी होने से क्या होता है कि फॉर एग्जांपल हम किसी एक तरीके से सोचते हैं किसी एक चीज के बारे में, लेकिन जब हम अलग-अलग तरीकों से सोचेंगे किसी एक चीज के बारे में, तो कुछ एक ऐसा सॉल्यूशन निकल के आता है जो कि कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ मेनी सॉल्यूशन होता है, एंड दैट इज द बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन टू अडैप्ट, बिकॉज उसमें काफी सारे एरर्स जो होंगे वो पहले ही रेक्टिफाई हो जाते हैं। तो जैसा कि हमारा वाईपैट जो हमारी टीम है काफी डाइवर्स है, तो जितनी भी हमारी डिस्कशंस होती हैं वहां पे एक पॉइंट से जरूर शुरू होती हैं, लेकिन वो एक पॉइंट ऐसा मॉडिफाई हो जाता है एंड तक जाते हुए कि सभी आर लाइक यस, दिस शुड बी डन इन दिस वे ओनली, कि वो इतना अच्छे और बढ़िया से मॉडिफाई हो जाता है एक पॉइंट कि हमें सभी को ऐसा मतलब यूनिएनिमसली लगता है कि हाँ, इसको ऐसा ही करना बेस्ट रहेगा। तो दैट्स वन ऑफ द हाईलाइट आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर, कि यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने कुछ कह दिया एंड दैट इज पत्थर की लकीर कि बस वही है जो है। इट इज लाइक कि आपने कोई आइडिया दिया, उस आइडिया पे सभी ने अपने तरीके से सोचा, अलग अलग आइडियोलॉजीज ने उस पर वर्क किया एंड उसको एक बेस्ट आइडिया बना दिया। दैट्स व्हाट आई लाइक अबाउट युवा वाईपैट्स वेरी मच।
थैंक यू सो मच आशुतोष। आई थिंक आप एकदम सही कह रहे हैं। जब मानसा और मैं वाईपैट के कॉम्पोजिशन के बारे में सोच रहे थे, तो हमें यही लगा कि क्योंकि ये इतना यूनिक एक्सपीरियंस है, यूनिक टीम है within this country and within like the context of advocating for young people, हमें यही लगा कि ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि सब आइडेंटिटी से हम इंक्लूड करें लोगों को, ताकि उनकी आवाज़ और विचारों से जो हम सॉल्यूशंस बना रहे, जो कॉन्वर्सेशंस करेंगे, उसमें सबके पर्सपेक्टिव्स एटलीस्ट टू अ सर्टेन एक्सटेंट incorporate ho or represent ho. So I'm glad that you also feel that that is the case. So thank you for sharing. I'd like to invite Ashutosh again to share a little bit about how you think your experience with YuWaah and YPAT has contributed to your leadership.
लीडर तो मैं पहले से भी था अपनी कम्युनिटी में, जहाँ पे सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी में अगर बात करूँ तो एनएसएस का स्टूडेंट कोऑर्डिनेटर हूँ, अपने डिपार्टमेंट का रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हूँ। मतलब अब तो हमारे डिपार्टमेंट में 5 बैचेस हैं, तो मोर देन 150 स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं वो मुझसे बात करते हैं आके रिगार्डिंग द स्टडीज या प्रैक्टिकल या कुछ भी हो। और हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी में ज़ूलॉजिकल सोसाइटी भी है हमारे डिपार्टमेंट की, उसका भी प्रेसिडेंट हूँ। तो आई कैन से कि उस लीडरशिप में जो युवा ने अभी तक कंट्रीब्यूट किया है, वो एक बहुत मेजर पार्ट है क्योंकि मुझे लगता था कि मैं काफ़ी अच्छा लीडर हूँ, मैं सब कुछ ऑर्गेनाइज़ प्रॉपर्ली कर लेता हूँ, सब कुछ बैलेंस रख लेता हूँ स्टूडेंट्स के साथ, टीचर्स के साथ, एंड मतलब काफ़ी इनोवेटिव आइडियाज़ भी ले आता हूँ, तो और सभी को अपने साथ लेके चलता हूँ। लेकिन यहाँ पे आने के बाद मेरा काफ़ी कुछ और माइंडसेट में चेंजेस आए, जैसे कि स्टार्टिंग में मैं इतना ज़्यादा नहीं सोचता था डिफरेंट कम्युनिटीज़ और डिफरेंट सोशियो इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड्स के बारे में, क्योंकि मुझे कभी ऐसा मतलब यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर फील नहीं हुआ कि ऐसा भी डीलिंग करनी चाहिए। तो यहाँ पे आके जैसे कि मैंने पहले भी बात की कि काफ़ी डाइवर्स जगहों से हम सभी हैं। तो इतनी डाइवर्सिटी को देखने के बाद ऑब्वियसली मेरा माइंडसेट अब काफ़ी ज़्यादा ब्रॉड हो चुका है। तो आने वाले टाइम में जितने भी इवेंट्स होंगे, उनमें मैं काफ़ी और चीज़ें भी कंसिडर करूँगा। जैसे कि किसी अगर हम सोशियो इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड्स को देखें तो किसी मार्जिनलाइज्ड कम्युनिटी के साथ वर्क करना या उनके एक्सपीरियंस लेना, उनसे ओपिनियंस लेना, ऐसी चीज़ें भी मैं अपने अब प्रोग्राम्स में इनकलकेट करने की कोशिश करूँगा। एंड इनफैक्ट जो फ्यूचर लीडर्स भी होंगे हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी से, उनको भी ये चीज़ें गाइड करने की कोशिश करूँगा कि आपको सिर्फ अपने ही यूनिवर्सिटी को देख के नहीं चलना चाहिए, आपको और भी जगहें देखनी चाहिए एंड इनफैक्ट बाहर भी काम करना चाहिए। एनएसएस में तो हम करते ही हैं बाहर काम, जैसे लोकल स्कूल्स में जाके टीचिंग देनी हाइजीन एंड बाकी चीज़ों के ऊपर, लेकिन फिर भी काफ़ी कुछ है जो अभी भी मिसिंग है हमारे कोर्सेज़ से एंड इनफैक्ट जो भी हम काम करते हैं। तो डेफ़िनेटली मैं उन सबको वहाँ पे जोड़ना चाहूँगा।
थैंक यू आशुतोष। आई थिंक आप बहुत ज़रूरी पॉइंट ब्रिंग अप कर रहे हैं कि जब हम इंक्लूसिव स्पेस और इफेक्टिव स्पेस के बारे में बात करते हैं, तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम मोस्ट मार्जिनलाइज्ड आइडेंटिटीज़ और जितनी डाइवर्सिटी है यूथ बॉडीज़ की इस देश में, हमारे रीजन्स में, उसको भी इंक्लूड करें, सिर्फ एक ही तरीके से ना देखें या एक ही कम्युनिटी को ना देखें। So thank you for sharing. I'd like to invite maybe Srishti or Fariha to share a little bit about this if they feel comfortable.
If you like want to be a good leader, there's a specific skill set you must have, and I think YPAT's been doing an amazing job in order to teach us those specific skills. The capacity sessions that we have, the different topics that are covered in those sessions. I think all of that helps us. In being a good leader, we get to learn a lot. We get to learn how to deal with people belonging to different communities, how to work with them, how to be more inclusive, how to be more respectful. And I think these are the skills and qualities that we usually miss out. And in general, when it comes to leadership, people associate it with just like the leader doing everything right, and not taking their team with them. But this is something that I think YPAT highlights every time, in every team meeting, every capacity session. Things like being an active listener, letting others speak, giving space to everyone, and being respectful to their views. And just because we are not comfortable or we've not heard something like that, we're not to disregard where they're coming from. So these are the things a leader should have, and I think YPAT YPAT has done an amazing job in inculcating that in all of us.
Thank you so much for sharing, Srishti. I think it's really great for me to hear. This is super validating. But I one of the main missions that we had set out for ourselves was to ensure that the foundation that we lay for the YPAT space is uh, um, based on empathy and ensuring that because we are bringing so many voices and because we are bringing so many perspectives, there's going to be the opportunity for everyone to share and feel safe enough and enabled enough to um, share their views and challenge each other in a respectful manner. So I'm glad that that is something that you concur with. I'd like to now invite Abrar to share a little bit about how you think this engagement with YuWaah and YPAT can help create a better world for your communities and for Indian youth at large?
So when I say my community, I would say I would not specifically take any name of community in that way. I meant to say the young people, because I have been engaged in so many sectors wherever or whatever initiatives that have been. I mostly fancy the initiatives taken by the young people, because we all know over the period of time when you join office or when you join any kind of organizations, we have a set of protocols. And not every time, but most of the times, these protocols become some barriers for the young people to go ahead with their ideology. Be it these ideas might sound a little crazy, but might be the most of the times again might be the best alternative for what has already been happening. उसका impact मिल सकता है, उसका impact थोड़ा देर हो सकता है, but it's not that as late as the actual protocol system. And a lot of people say, no, this is not the work how you do. You'll have to go with some standard organized manner. But when it comes to YPAT, as I think Srishti or Richa, someone mentioned it, saying that YPAT works with us. It's not like you have a standard protocol and we will have to follow you. It's like you follow us, you take our opinion and make them as one of the protocols that will help us in building things together. And that is where, for me, when I influence the people, because I am at the Bharat Scouts and Guides, we know it's a huge moment in India. It's present in every state, and they are ready to learn things. And that is the place where I was able to share about things like be it plastic tighteners, the plastic harmful effects, climatic change action problems, and be it any kind of SDG initiatives, but along with the young people. So what happens is, be it our scout leaders who have already been into some jobs, now they are ready to learn from us. They say that, yeah, we will work along with you, not that we'll take you back, or we are going to lead you. No, you lead us. Let's lead together. That's what has happened now. So it's not about age anymore. Young people are the ones who are influencing people to learn things irrespective of age barriers, and that is creating change even faster than what we are thinking of, or what we have planned for till date.
I also, so just to like understand what you're saying, you're also saying that working with YPAT has given you the opportunity to explore other, like to expand within your other engagements.
Absolutely correct.
Richa, do you want to share a little bit about how you think your engagement with YuWaah and YPAT will help create a better world for your community and Indian youth at large?
I think the YPAT is not just us, working in a team, but it's also all the youths all the children and young people that we work with, that look like us, or that we share our communities with outside of YPAT. And I think that's so powerful, because everyone gets to see the power of young people and experience it together. And I think that is the reason, the future impact of YPAT is going to be so huge. As a member of the YPAT community, I think I have access to the appropriate skills, the appropriate mindset, and the community and network that I require to create that impact as a nonprofit leader. Whether it's our capacity building sessions or our team meetings where we understand more about each other, or where we understand a lot about issues of diversity and equity and explore equity together, to also being matched with buddies in the UNICEF community and the teams where we have access to experts in education, for example, in my case, and other aspects of the social arena, to dive deeper and build our own expertise in the space. I think these are some of the very powerful things that help us and are helping us create that kind of impact. I think personally, for myself, as an entrepreneur who works in education, This is extremely helpful because I have to go on and create programs for young people. I have to work with multiple stakeholders, so I have to have the skills to communicate with them, to handle any kind of situation, to lead a team, and to also have the area expertise to do the right thing and do right by young people, which YPAT gives me through the capacity building sessions and through my conversations with my buddy. At the same time, I know that if I have to address a diverse set of young people, which is almost all the time, and I know that I'm not the expert outside of my community, I know experts in the YPAT community. I can invite them to talk to them. I can invite them to help give me feedback on our programs to understand where we are going wrong and how we can do justice to every single child that we serve. And I think that is really the formula for impacting at scale, which I think we are all sort of geared towards as a community.
Thank you, Richa. That was beautifully articulated. I think you nailed exactly what we want for you, which is, or we want to give like our YPAT members, which is an opportunity to learn from each other, to grow, to discuss how we can create change, but also have that very tangible aspect of being mentored, of networking, of being able to build your careers out of this, because you are the leaders that we need to move forward and, like you said, create impact at scale and engage people within your peer groups and communities. So thank you so much for sharing that. Are there any additional thoughts, any like fun little anecdotes, anything you want to mention that you look forward to doing more of within YPAT?
The thing is, when I have been sharing my ideas or my statements, you might have understood I am not trying to use complicated terms. Moreover, it's not like I cannot use. It's like I don't want to use. And I've over the period of time when I have been engaged with these young people, I think I am used to their kind of language. So I'm trying to make it more understandable for the people than bringing the words. बिकॉज ज्यादातर लोग को एक चीज होता है कि अगर आप एकदम ठीक इंग्लिश में बात करो या फिर अगर आप ठीक वर्ड यूज करो तो दे गेट कंफ्यूज and I think somewhere it's bothering me now when I just heard to these people when you were like sharing their ideas in such beautiful words, because these words are precise to what they mean, and then I see like okay ha ye use kar sakta tha.
I mean, Abrar, I don't think there's anything wrong with the language that you use. I think it's really valuable to have the like your emotional and passionate like
Yeah,
approach.
but just said like because I'm learning, so thanks to my folks from YPAT, I wanted to include that.
I think
Actually,
both are valuable, so I don't think you
yeah,
should feel bad.
I would like to add something to Abrar's point. अब्रार ने जिस बारे में बात की वो यही थी कि सिंपल लैंग्वेज को यूज करके कम्युनिकेट करते हैं तो उससे बाकी लोगों के ऊपर ज्यादा अच्छे से वो अंडरस्टैंड कर लेते हैं एंड मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि बेसिकली एक गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल यही है कि टू अवॉइड जार्गन लैंग्वेज, मतलब बहुत टिपिकल लैंग्वेज ना यूज करना और बहुत सिंप्लीफाइड वे में उसको यूज करना, मतलब अपने बात को समझाने के लिए कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा ऑडियंस उसको समझ पाए. तो आई थिंक कि हम सब काफी कुछ सीख रहे हैं एक दूसरे से.
Thank you. I think आप सही कह रहे हैं कि काफी कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है हमको एक दूसरे से. And I certainly learn from all of you every day so much. That I'm really, really grateful that I get to be the person steering the ship that is taking you on your leadership journeys. Get it? Ship, lead. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to let you lead so then I can join, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Sure, you are
Divas.
Divas.